Have you ever wondered why some online stores feel like they're stuck in the digital stone age, while others seem to be riding rocket ships to success? Well, grab your safari hat because today we're going on an expedition through the wildest landscape in business. The Zany zoology of e-commerce, where digital dinosaurs still lumber across our screens, and ancient practices refuse to go extinct. You know what's absolutely mind-blowing? In 2024, while we're literally shopping with our voices and augmented reality, there are still millions of online stores operating like it's 1999. These digital creatures have somehow survived multiple extinction events, the mobile revolution, social commerce, AI integration. Yet they continue to roam the internet wilderness, confusing customers and driving away sales like a T-Rex trying to use chopsticks. But here's the thing that'll really blow your mind. Some of these supposedly extinct practices are actually making comebacks, evolving into hybrid creatures that nobody saw coming. It's like discovering that velociraptors learned to code and started their own startups. So buckle up because we're about to dive deep into this prehistoric zoo of online commerce. And trust me, what you discover might just revolutionize how you think about digital business. Let's start our journey in the fossil layer where the most ancient digital dinosaurs still lumber around. The mighty Flashosaurus rex. Remember Flash websites? Those glittery animated monstrosities that took forever to load and crashed more browsers than a demolition derby. Well, surprise, surprise, this beast isn't completely extinct. While Adobe officially buried Flash in 2020, there are still thousands of business websites clinging to Flash-based elements like Digital Amber, preserving outdated user experiences that make visitors flee faster than mammals escaping a meteor impact. These Flash relics represent something fascinating about e-commerce evolution, the stubborn persistence of the familiar. Business owners invested so much time and money into these animated spectacles that they simply couldn't let go, even when the writing was literally on the wall in flashing neon letters. It's like watching a brontosaurus try to fit through a drive-through window. Technically possible, but absolutely painful for everyone involved. But Flash wasn't the only giant to fall. Let's examine the curious case of the table layout pterodactyl. Those early websites built entirely with HTML tables instead of modern responsive design. These winged wonders of web development dominated the skies until CSS came along like an evolutionary asteroid. Yet amazingly, millions of small business websites still use table-based layouts, creating mobile experiences so clunky they make flip phones look sophisticated. The survival strategy of these table-based sites is particularly interesting because it reveals a fundamental truth about digital evolution. Sometimes being good enough is enough to avoid extinction. These sites might look ancient and function poorly on mobile devices, but they still technically work, which means many business owners see no urgent need to evolve. It's survival of the adequate rather than survival of the fittest. Now, let's venture deeper into our digital ecosystem to observe the shopping cart triceratops, those massive, complicated checkout processes with more steps than a Broadway musical. These three-horned beasts evolved during the early days of e-commerce when security concerns and technical limitations required customers to navigate through multiple pages, creating accounts, filling out endless forms, and practically writing essays just to buy a simple product. What's remarkable is how many of these complex checkout dinosaurs still exist, despite decades of research proving that simplified one-click purchasing dramatically increases conversion rates. These creatures persist because they represent the institutional memory of e-commerce, the accumulated anxiety of businesses that remember when online fraud was rampant and every transaction felt like a risk. They've built elaborate defensive mechanisms that unfortunately also keep out legitimate customers. The checkout complexity phenomenon illustrates something profound about digital evolution. Fear-based adaptations often outlive the threats they were designed to address. Modern payment processing is incredibly secure, yet many e-commerce sites still operate like they're defending against hackers with Stone Age tools. Speaking of defensive behavior, let's examine the fascinating pop-up Parasaurolophus. Those attention-grabbing creatures that emerged in the early web era and somehow evolved to become even more aggressive over time. These digital herbivores originally served a simple purpose: getting visitors to notice important information. But like many evolutionary adaptations, they went too far. Modern pop-up dinosaurs have developed increasingly sophisticated hunting strategies. They've learned to delay their appearance, track mouse movements, detect when visitors are about to leave, and even customize their messages based on user behavior. It's like watching a plant eater develop razor-sharp teeth and start stalking prey. The result is an arms race between pop-up blockers and pop-up creators that makes actual warfare look peaceful. But here's where our digital safari gets really interesting. Some species thought to be completely extinct are making surprising comebacks. Take the email newsletter raptor, for instance. Social media experts declared email marketing dead around 2010, predicting these swift hunters would be completely replaced by social media engagement. Yet email marketing not only survived, but evolved into one of the most effective tools in the modern e-commerce arsenal. These newsletter raptors adapted by becoming incredibly intelligent. They learned personalization, behavioral targeting, automated sequences, and sophisticated analytics. Instead of going extinct, they became apex predators in the attention economy, delivering ROI that makes other marketing channels look like struggling scavengers. The email resurrection teaches us something crucial about digital evolution. Premature obituaries are often just transformation periods. What looks like extinction might actually be metamorphosis, like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, except the butterfly learned to code and started tracking conversion rates. Let's observe another surprising survivor, the affiliate marketing Stegosaurus. These spiky-backed creatures were supposed to be killed off by direct-to-consumer trends and social media influencer marketing. Instead, they've evolved sophisticated defensive mechanisms, developing everything from advanced tracking systems to AI-powered optimization tools. Modern affiliate dinosaurs have formed complex symbiotic relationships with influencers, creating hybrid creatures that nobody predicted. It's like discovering that stegosauruses learned to fly and started collaborating with pterodactyls on joint hunting expeditions. The result is affiliate programs so sophisticated they make traditional advertising look primitive. Now, let's examine the most mysterious inhabitants of our digital ecosystem. The SEO Archaeopteryx, those transitional creatures caught between ancient link-building practices and modern content marketing evolution. These feathered dinosaurs represent the ongoing struggle between old-school SEO tactics and Google's constantly evolving algorithms. Watching SEO practitioners adapt to algorithmic changes is like observing evolution in real time. Every Google update creates a new selective pressure, forcing digital marketers to develop new survival strategies. Some species go extinct overnight. Remember when keyword stuffing worked? While others evolve rapidly into entirely new forms. The most successful SEO creatures have learned to anticipate change rather than just react to it. They've developed something like evolutionary intelligence, constantly testing and adapting their strategies before extinction events occur. It's Darwin's theory applied to digital marketing, and it's absolutely fascinating to watch. But perhaps the most intriguing discovery in our digital zoo is the emergence of hybrid creatures, evolutionary adaptations that combine ancient practices with modern technology. Consider the social commerce chimera, which blends traditional e-commerce with social media engagement, creating shopping experiences that exist simultaneously across multiple platforms. These hybrid creatures represent the cutting edge of e-commerce evolution. They've learned to leverage the strengths of older species while adapting to new environmental pressures. It's like discovering that T-Rex actually survived by learning to use smartphones and starting a food delivery service. As we conclude our safari through this zany zoological landscape, one thing becomes crystal clear. The digital ecosystem is far more complex and fascinating than anyone initially predicted. While some practices deserve to go extinct, others persist for surprisingly good reasons. And the most successful modern businesses have learned to blend ancient wisdom with cutting-edge innovation. The lesson for any e-commerce entrepreneur is simple. Don't just follow trends, understand evolution. Study which digital dinosaurs survived and why. Then apply those insights to build businesses that can adapt to whatever meteors the future might throw at us. Because in this digital jungle, it's not just about being the biggest or fastest. It's about being smart enough to evolve.